Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now?
Getting closer and closer to seeing the Steelers inside Everbank Stadium against your Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome in a beautiful and warm Tuesday. Beaver Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi. They bring you today's show. We got a full house. Big Sirs, Maddie, me, JJ, and our head coach, Dave Campo. We are ready to roll. Coach Campo has got just a few shows left with us, okay?
So sad, bro, when I think about it.
Yeah,
Coach my man now.
I get a little teary-eyed.
Get a little emotional, bro.
Don't get me crying.
No, I can't cry, Coach.
Yeah, I know.
Don't cry.
We almost had it the other week. We had to stop you a little bit.
There's no crying in football.
There's no crying in talk radio.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, we're
Just a lump in my throat. No
we're going to
crying.
enjoy you while we can. That's for sure. And so Coach was out there today. We were enjoying a pretty dang physical practice. So we're going to roll through it, talk all sorts of things as far as your Jaguars are concerned. First chance that we've had Coach in since the scrimmage, and of course with the practice today that we will definitely dive in. But I tell you what, we should at least start off with this. It was a cool scene. And Leon, you can appreciate this. And I took a picture and tweeted it out. But there was a moment where there was Tom Coughlin and John Gruden hanging out together, and I took a picture of that one and tweeted out, that's 3 Super Bowl rings. That's Lombardi royalty right there.
True.
Daniel Murphy, a New York Met / Nash, you can go on and on with the teams he played for. He was and he was there with them. And then just a little off of them was Coach Campanile and Coach Campo. And it was fun watching all of them just kind of swap stories, and then Baselli's in there and Lagerman's in there. It was a big group. You'd have been right there.
I can appreciate that. Absolutely. I mean, listen, first of all, Coach Campo was royalty, all right?
Yeah.
Absolute royalty out there, all right? So, and you got Gruden out there, you got Tom Coughlin, and TC. The one thing I remember about TC when he was here, all right, he had the hat on, he had the notepad, he's running up and I mean, he's engaged. Once the coach, always the coach.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Once the coach, and you see stuff from the back end that maybe other coaches don't see. I mean, I could see Coach and I be out there watching, and Coach will see stuff. He'll look at the DB or the safety and this and that, and tell them they supposed to be here. They supposed. I'm like, Coach is working the field right now, as a media guy. But I love coaches and respect them because I know the time and effort they put into. You're talking about 20 hours a day.
Yeah,
20 hours a day, nonstop football.
It was fun, Coach. I'm sure for you catching up with him too as well.
Yeah, John Gruden and I were really competitive.
Yeah.
Especially when he was at Philadelphia.
Right.
We went against each other a lot.
Yeah, he was an OC under Andy Reid.
Yeah, very difficult to handle. Gruden is a darn good football coach, and he offered me a job with the Raiders, which I had to turn down and when I stayed with the Cowboys. So, we go way back. We bust each other's chops because we're both full of it when we talk to each other. He'll say, "Oh, you're the greatest I've ever seen, covering this and that, the red zone, this and that." And I'd just see him, and I'd say, "You know what? You are the toughest. Getting ready for you out of all the people I ever went against, And
patting on the back contest.
We both know we're both full of it. You know what I mean? So it was fun being out there.
Yeah, and when you see it, Matt, you could just look. And by the way, Big Bo and Logs, they were having fun just telling stories and just soaking it up. We'll hear from Mark Duffner tomorrow. He'll visit with us. He has 50 years of coaching. So all these coaches were around. It was cool.
I mean, it was great to see Bo and TC too. I mean, obviously they're around each other a lot, but just to see them talking and they were smiling and laughing, you look at that and you think that is literally the nebulous of this franchise right there.
Yeah. You can call it love. You can call it love.
Yeah, there was a lot of love.
Firstborn.
Yeah, as you
he is firstborn. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, bro.
Nothing you can do about it. Exactly.
And I think Coach is more relaxed. Coach Coughlin is more relaxed than he's ever been. I mean, I think he really, he just kind of lets things go. He's laughing and joking more than he ever did as a coach.
He's grandpa-ish now. That's what first thing I told him last year when we went to the reunion. I go in the reunion, the first person I see is TC. I said, look at him looking all grandpa-ish. I said, you have no idea what this man put us through.
Yeah, how tough he was.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And it's so funny because you now see him and he's very, very happy with what he's doing in the TCJ fund and all the stuff that they've done. They had kids out there. Kelly was out there. And so that's the part of him, like we always said, great head coach, but a greater human being for what he's been able to do with the J Fund. But, he was coaching it up in his mind.
Oh, yeah.
And John Gruden was actually out between fields.
Listen, he was coaching Cohen.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right on the field with him. So, and the other thing is Daniel Murphy.
Yeah.
I actually asked Daniel Murphy if he played high school football. He said, no, I didn't like to get hit. I liked to hit. And he did. I mean, he kind of looks like a football player.
Yeah.
But he bought the auction item, the live auction item, to get out to the field, and he's actually going to spend time in the building and all that, which is great
cool.
for the J Fund. And
really cool.
Daniel's quite a good young man, and it was good to see him out there as well.
And he's got Jaguar blood in him too.
He does.
He loves.
Absolutely.
He's passionate about his team, and you definitely hear him with the power hour and everything that he does with the drill. But when we go through this, and you're seeing a football team that's coming out of a scrimmage, trying to identify who's who. You still have missing pieces. I think one of the bigger pieces of news, as Jaguars today was just wrapping up, is that Liam Cohen simply saying that they don't know if Eric Armstead's going to be available. We're talking 4.5 weeks until you kick it off for real, and they're worried about that. That's a big concern, Big. No doubt. No getting away from that.
Yeah. It's a severe back injury, so they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
Ice it, stem, and
You seem like you don't really buy that.
hey, I can only go by what they're telling me, the reports. Right. So I got to show some concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is going to be lingering.
Let me ask you something as a former NFL player. Don't you just got to be out there at the field with your teammates? Even if you have to sit down in like one of those carts.
Look,
don't you have to be out there?
You do. You do. I mean, unless it's something that keeps you from being out there. I mean, his back must be
unless he's in traction, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Or a back injury, sometimes standing on that field. I mean, I want to give him a little bit of,
and it's hot out there. Come on.
I have more problems standing on the field than I ever did moving.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I've learned. I'm not questioning an athlete until I have evidence to question them. Right. I'm definitely not doing that. And so I want to see where it's at. Where it goes. See, I love when you laugh. I mean, come on.
I mean, if
you can question him all day. I don't care, but I ain't doing it.
If he's bedridden, then I understand.
Yeah.
I do. I'm being honest.
I think Leon and I's point is you got to be out at that field, man. Even if you have to sit in a chair, you got to, or whatever, a bug.
I agree with you.
You got to be on that field with your teammates.
I mean, so
you can't just be at your house where they're grinding for 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know, so I can't say. I've said it quite often.
I do know this. You got $14 million invested in him. He's not playing. You got a second-round pick invested in Mason Smith.
Yeah.
He's off the side not doing work because of a calf.
Right.
That's two critical guys to a position you've been saying now for months that's the most important position.
You say calf or fat?
Calf.
Oh, okay.
You said fat. I said calf.
All right, so let's do our XLP Big Three coming up here. We'll combine what we've seen, scrimmage, practice, all that kind of stuff. We'll do it coming up. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Mitsubishi. They got the brand new Mitsubishi store right there in St. Augustine. And my man Cameron's the sales manager. There's so many good people there that are ready to take care of you. I'll tell you about those specials, but don't forget brand new Toyota store at I-95 and 207 right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. And then, of course, Beaver Chevy on Phillips Highway. So check them all out. They're there to wow you, and they definitely will do it. You need any help buying a car, let me know, and I'll make sure that I get you in touch with the right people. All right, so XLP Big Three coming up here in just a second. You guys are more than welcome to jump in, especially if you were at practice today. 641-1010. Last practice for the fans to come out and enjoy.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roofing Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through August 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF roof help for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Discuss the beautiful game. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Get an hour of soccer talk Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care, totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Football season is here, so I've got to get organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers, wherever that clutter has taken over. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off this month only. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Cleaning Freaks at Zero Res. Great time of the year to get your house Zero Resified. And right now, you can get your entire home cleaned from Jacksonville's ultimate carpet cleaner. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Plus, they're throwing in a free hallway and take $100 off the air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, we just signed Austin Johnson, so made a nice play already in the team run today. So, brought in some depth and competition. We'll continue to get those guys some great reps. I felt the D-line a little bit more today, impact, whether it was in the run game or in some of the protection stuff. I just kind of felt more of a presence and a rush. So that was encouraging, right? And it's great to get those guys some reps, but we absolutely need to continue to improve.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That's your head coach, Liam Cohen, courtesy of Jaguars.com, talking about bringing guys in. They were pretty swift. James Gladstone he's up there somewhere at the Mecca looking around, surveying, seeing who's available, and they signed guys on both sides of the line. And there was so much traffic in that interior area, and since they can't block all the way to the finish and take them to the ground, it's still hard to figure it out. But the defensive line did look like it did a little bit more today. Let's just start there. We're going to do our high, low, and overall. Coach is nodding his head about that. You would agree with that one? Just
this was a defensive. This was a defensive day today. All the way around.
Yep.
The thing that I'm happy about is just the energy and the way they practiced.
Mm-hmm.
But the D line today held their own pretty good. And again, you can't tell how it's going to be. I'm with Cohen. I thought that the presence of those guys, even the rushers, they could feel it today. The quarterback could feel it today.
So Coach, with Armstead and Mason Smith not being there, this is an opportunity for these guys, the guys that are playing now, to be proven rotational guys, as far as guys you can depend on, in the rotation. So, I mean, that's them doing well today kind of emphasized that.
Absolutely, and I think that's what's going to happen. Right now, the two guys that they were counting on the most are not out there, Armstead and Mason Smith. So they have to find some guys. I know a little bit about that Johnson guy he was talking about. I've seen him play. That's a good pickup at this particular time, because the guy, it's kind of like the kid that they just picked up at corner. Got some experience. They've been in the league. Hopefully that's, they may make the team under the circumstances, and hopefully it's good.
I just look at Johnson as 32 teams began camp, so nearly 3,000 players have been put on rosters, and he wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of an impact he's going to make.
More than anything else, they're like, we've got to find something because but we have to find something because we have a problem.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
I'm looking at you guys. I'm saying right now, Kevin Rose is making this roster as an interior defensive lineman, and that's the availability part of it. Who knows whether he will? But you got Tyler Lacey, Jordan Jefferson, a lot of these other guys that are trying to fit in there, and they're just looking for available guys that might.
Well, you also can't. Desperate players, like you said, all these other teams passed upon. There's nothing like a desperate player knowing he's on his way out. He's been given another team, another chance, another opportunity. He might play some inspired football. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and blow up anything, but you have an opportunity.
5-7 plays out of it.
Yeah, but if you can find a guy who can go out there and play some inspired football, who knows this may be his last hurrah before he's out of the league. And he might give you a little something.
There's no Gotsis on this roster. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
a guy who could give you 18, 20 plays.
Yeah, try hard guy. I know.
Try hard guy. Yeah,
but we haven't seen enough to know if that guy's there right now, and because we've only seen him in practice. Like Gotsis was flashing towards the end of a year. If we go all the way back to 22,
but he was in camp too. You can see it in camp.
Yeah, you see him a little bit, but I guess what I'm seeing is I am seeing a Tyler Lacey. I am seeing a Devon Hamilton having decent camps so far. Jordan Jefferson is trying to assert himself and insert himself into a rotation. Those are the guys. And Manny Agba off the edge is another guy. Miles Cole. I haven't seen enough of him to know whether or not he's going to make the team. But Agba and some of those other guys, they got to figure out how to become impact guys.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We've been talking about the offensive line forever, but I'm almost more concerned with the interior defensive tackles right now going forward than I was prior. I mean, I've kind of moved to that, actually, because you got journeymen, you got young guys, you got some guys that are just camp guys. You just don't know what's going to happen there without those two guys out there.
Look, I hate to be the guy that sounds the alarm, but the two biggest problems of this team are offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah.
That's no bueno.
Well, yeah, and I think the biggest thing is that we're sounding
against a line of scrimmage league.
Well, we're sounding the alarm again.
Yep.
Okay? Because that alarm has been sounded, and we're sounding it again.
Over and over.
Yeah. And look, and we have had the great pleasure of having Coach Campo with us all this time. Gerald Ingram's now coming in. He's going to be taking Coach's spot in the fifth quarter. Mark Duffner, who's another good friend of yours, who will be in tomorrow hanging out with us. I'm having the pleasure of standing between Coach Campo and Coach Duffner. And the one thing that I am at least trying to figure out is when they go full, does it change? Because I'm seeing progress on both sides. There were a couple of good kick-out blocks today that did open lanes. Tank Bigsby had a big-time run. Those are the things that are still encouraging when I see him go 100%.
To me, we're going to talk about overall.
Yeah,
right?
let's go ahead and do it. Okay, you want to do overall last? Let's do overall last.
Yeah.
All right, XLP Big Three, Big Surf.
My highs.
Yeah, let's go high.
Well, my highs. Listen, I'm gonna go back to scrimmage.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, and that receiving core.
Yeah,
I mean they look stellar. They look spot on. They look polished. They look like they put in some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Trevor completing 70% of his passes, throwing for over 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, going right down and driving on the ones-on-ones. Now, granted, he was going against twos after that.
Right.
But listen, they're paid professionals. They may be twos, but they're still paid professionals. Mm-hmm. And he went down. I just think it's early, and I'm August optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trevor looked spot on and polished. And I think he had a great scrimmage.
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, it was a little uneven today for sure.
He was behind receivers. He missed De'Ami Brown on a deep ball. Not today.
Can't handle
I agree with you. Scrimmage, yes, but not today.
Scrimmage, yeah.
All right, so you're high. I'm guessing that'll be your low, but go ahead.
I mean, my high is the way they're covering guys in the secondary, which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of unknown back there. A lot of unknown. Not only at the corner, but at the safety spot too. So, yeah, I think they're very aggressive right now in the secondary. And Dave, the former secondary coach, could attest to this. They're not covering like they used to. They're not lost out there. They're not getting lost in coverage pass-offs. They look like they know what they're doing out there, Dave. That's the key to me.
Yeah, my high is exactly what you're talking about. I said, when I look at the defense, for some reason, I get the feeling that we're going to be pretty good on offense. I really get that feeling because I think I'm having a little bit more faith in the offensive interior guys as I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think we've got more depth at corner. I think Travis Hunter is going to be much more of a factor on offense than he is on defense.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he can affect the game on offense more than he can on defense. Mm-hmm. And I watched Jury and Jones out there, and I'm not just talking about, he whipped this guy or whipped that guy. I'm just watching what you're watching about being in the right spots, doing what they're asked to do. The defensive backfield, and that's one of the reasons that Murray and probably Dewey Wingard are going to be the two safeties. Mm-hmm. They're not the best athletes, but they are where they're supposed to be in this camp.
42's out there running with the ones.
And I get back to
back and forth. They've done that.
And I get back to Tom McManus when McManus says, "Listen, you don't always have to have the best athletes. You just have to be good enough."
Mm-hmm.
And if the thing that's killed this defense, in my opinion, over the years is they didn't know what they were doing. Either they were doing too much stuff, they weren't getting coached, or they were doing their own thing.
That's scary.
And I don't see that out there.
Like I would rather have a guy who knows where to be on the field than a guy who's like an athletic freak.
Yeah,
safety.
I agree. I get it. But the problem with some of the guys up front is that the guy that like Foye Oluokun is a great example. He knows where to be. He's there. But if that front line doesn't hold up, he's tackling him 5 yards past.
Yeah.
5 yards past.
No doubt.
5 yards past.
No doubt.
And like I watched Jack Kaiser today, and he identifies a runner, and he runs and blows him up. But still, it's that early penetration that you're not seeing on the defensive side that will slow down a running back instead of it being, like we always say, best thing you can do on first down is to get you to short chains. Second and 6, second and 5, all that stuff is ideal. All right, so I will follow you guys, but I'm just going to go with my high as far as the run game is concerned. The conversation with Tank Bigsby afterwards, the fact that there are 4 legitimate guys that can make plays for this football team. It's going to be, I don't know that they're going to keep all 4. That's what Dan Graziano said yesterday in his reporting, but I like what I am seeing. And I do lean in on this is going to be a better run game that will help a lot of other things. Short passing with their running backs will help this offensive line. All right,
my low is probably the uncertainty of depth on both sides of the ball as far as offense and defensive lines go. The uncertainty. You got to have legitimately going into the season, you got to have at least 7 to 8 guys that you can count on that can rotate at all positions, all right? on the defensive front, Coach, you can tell me, interiorly defensive line, you need a good 3-4 guys. Well, if you count the nose and the 3, you need a good 4 guys that can rotate at the 1 and the 3 and provide depth. And I'm not sure if we have that either. So the concern with the offensive line with the tackle positions and interiorly, if anything goes wrong, we've got a lot of unproven commodities playing that could start at positions that are very, very essential.
I mean, you got one right now. You got Devon Hamilton.
That's it.
Right now, the guys out there on the field, you've got one guy that's proven that you know could at least give you some quality reps, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, you got nothing.
Well, you're talking just a starter in Devon. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. He is the starter.
Of the 4 guys Leon's talking about, well, you need rotationally, you need 4 guys on the interior.
Yeah, the other guys that I mentioned are Lacey and Jefferson. Those are the guys that you're trying to figure out exactly who they are, because Eric and Mason, Armstead and Smith are playing the same position. They ain't playing next to one another.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, they're one of those 2 guys is playing next to Devon, and then it might be Jordan Jefferson backing him up. At least that's kind of what it looks like right now. Coach, would you agree with that?
He's physical enough. But I don't know if he's smart enough. Who knows?
Yeah. And so you got to have all that. But that, honestly, all right, real quick, we got to.
Yeah, I mean, my low just today was Trevor Lawrence. Just didn't have a good day.
Yeah.
It was just a little off. It doesn't mean, the sky is falling. I'm just saying he didn't have a good day. That's all.
Yeah, I still thought he hit a couple good plays, but I do remember the ones you missed. The one boundary throw to Travis Hunter, those are the types of plays that really light things up. He had another good one to Travis Hunter, which
he did make some good throws. But my point is, if you're 5th year in the league, it's got to be consistent every day. Every day, consistent. Consistent.
Yeah, my low at this point is, which we already talked about, that front, the 2 inside guys. I'm not sure where we're at there, right? But today, I looked at Walker Little, and I think he's really improved versus the run, but versus the pass, I'm really concerned about him. As far as I was talking with Leon earlier off the air about his sets and all that, and Leon can talk more about it than I can actually. But I just don't see him improving technique-wise. Even though I think he can be okay, I'm talking about being a shutdown left tackle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at some point, the offensive line coach has to have an interaction with Walker Little and say, hey, listen, how you're doing it ain't getting it done. You've got to do something different because, as an offensive lineman, you get comfortable with how you set all the time, but him doing it all the time the way he does it is not getting it done.
Right.
So he's got to move and maneuver a different way. For one, he sets back instead of kicks at an angle. Right. There's got to be a period of time where you got to pick a spot on the field and say, based on his alignment, where I'm going to interact with him and where am I going to. This is where I'm going to stop him.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, he's waiting. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, we'll keep it going. We'll come right back to that with our overall as well as we bang it out from the last practice that the fans were able to see today before they get ready for the Steelers this weekend.
XL Primetime, driven by big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
Joe C for Hard Rock Bet. It's the only app you'll ever need to get in on the action for every big game. And if you haven't checked it out, the 100 on Hard Rock Bet yet, you need to. We're talking pre-built parlays boosted up to 500% right now on your home screen. One Florida bettor turned a $25 boosted parlay into more than $2,700. It's so easy. Download the Hard Rock Bet app right now and start playing. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away.
Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Today was definitely one of our worst days as an offense, and even speaking just personally, I felt like I just, maybe didn't see it as great today. I just felt like we were moving a little slow, coming off the off day, just need to bring a little bit more juice next time, and just, one play at a time, just takes one play to kind of get you back going, and I think we could have brought a little bit more energy, a little sluggish today coming in.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Trevor Lawrence, that cut courtesy of Jaguars.com after the practice. He straight up admitted it. I'm looking at
he didn't have his best day.
Yeah, like we said, he made a few plays, but it was not. I guess I like when somebody says it, but it also scares the heck out of you when you hear it.
Yeah, I mean, because of that, first of all, the coaching staff or the players need to emphasize that this is game week. Although this is still a week, although it's a preseason game, how can you not be excited about the fact that you're going to be playing another team in about 4 or 5 days? So I mean, I don't know where the emphasis needs to come from players or from the coaches, but bro, this is game week. I mean, you got to approach it that way. Then when you approach it that way, then you don't have laws and you don't have bad practices, because you know that at the end of the week, there's an opponent that you got to play.
Right, yeah. And that full focus is required, and this team needs to show that polish. Now, let's just go ahead and do our overall now, because Coach mentioned one thing at the practice, just as far as the whole Christmas of everything that we need to get into.
I'm just going to ride on what I've just talked about just now. I mean, the overall is that you can't afford to have bad practices.
Yeah.
You can't afford them, because reps are important. Timing is important. Route running, pass rushing, pass protect, all that's important. You can't afford to have those, because now that's a day gone. You know what I'm saying? That's a day that you could have had to move forward, because this is game week. This is still a week.
Yeah.
And I know people say, the preseason, but look, bro, it may not be that important to guys who are starting, but the guys who are second or third string, this may be their last opportunity to showcase their talent because they might be out the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my overall is that you can't take anything for granted in this league.
Matt?
Yeah, my overall is it's obvious they're looking for that swing tackle. I mean, you've got Wyatt Milam, who the idea was to be the left guard. He's now playing both left tackle and right tackle. Today,
there is a Rolodex of possibilities right now.
They're desperate for a swing tackle. And I mean, look, if you start looking at the history of the two stars in front of that swing tackle, you look at Anton Harrison and you look at Walker Little.
Yeah.
There's a high probability. Now I told you, remember we were talking about this, Dave? A high probability that one of those two is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
That you're going to need, whoever your swing tackle is, it better be a guy that you're comfortable with. And I thought Wyatt Milam kind of acquitted himself nicely in some plays and got beat on another play. But it's
That's
it's
a
early.
rookie. It's
early. He's a rookie, and he was starting out a guard for the first 4 months of his rookie career. And now he's kind of been told, look, we might need you as a swing tackle. So yeah, let's let him develop a little bit. He might be the answer there.
Overall, Coach?
Well, my overall is that I specifically looked at the defense today. Okay. And I'm talking about individual right on through the team stuff.
Right.
And my overall is that I am even more excited about this defensive staff than I was prior. This, in my opinion, today was the best defensive practice that I've seen since I've been here. And I'm talking about discipline, being where they're supposed to be. The individual drills were all specific to what they had to get accomplished. Yesterday, or not yesterday, they didn't practice yesterday. The last practice prior to this one, they were working on bunch routes. Thank you. They have not played a bunch route in the 4 years I've been here.
Yeah.
So this staff, in my opinion, overall, and it's going to be a chore because the things we've been talking about, and they're going to have a lot of young players, and maybe the two safeties are not the best athletes on the field and all that, but that coaching staff, in my opinion, is the right one for this. They're listening to these guys. That's what I see.
By the way, Mark Long, Associated Press reporter who covers the Jags and the Gators, just texted me and said he believes Macari will be the swing tackle.
All right, so it's interesting, and maybe we'll have him pop on at some point because or that means if he is pressed into it, and let's just use, I'm not going to put McCary and Joe Tooney in the same sentence as far as comparable. McCary's a good player. Tooney's a really, really good player. But anyway, the left tackle failed in Kansas City. What'd they do? They kicked him out. And so I guess I can get that from a versatility standpoint, totally get that. And the fact that Udoga was able to step in and do some things for him, that may make a little bit of sense. But those first two need to be good, period, before one of them gets supplanted. No way. They have got to make sure those two guys get their job.
So
I think Udoga has
He's won,
been a plus.
according to Mark Long, he's won the right guard spot.
He's done a very good job.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Macari is not the right guard. That's the point.
That's not what I saw today. And Mark obviously is a hell of a lot more embedded than I am. But I was trying to pay attention to that as much as I possibly could.
He said he's been told he is the right guard guy.
Well,
he is the right guard.
And listen, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me from what I've seen.
Well, he's nailed to the ground, too. He's got that guard look to him. And so anyway, whenever you make that face, I always wonder.
No, I'm just,
wouldn't you?
I agree with him.
They're both free agent signings. You got
if one's beating the other one out,
that's fine. Yeah.
Like, I like the fact that no one has been plugged in as a guarantee. Hey, we signed you for more, or we signed you earlier, or anything. I still think McCary is a starter. I still believe that, but
not on this line. He's not.
Yeah. Well,
so
again, that's what I'm saying. I still believe that.
And
this
he's not
is
out
true.
there. That's the issue.
Yeah. Is what?
He's not out there really.
Right.
Yeah,
the health is a concern right now.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. And so
availability.
Yeah. It's the most important ability. And we've gone through it, that's for sure. But that's what I need to see. The other part of it is, I'll just finish this with my overall, is that the short passing game with the running backs is going to help this offensive line. The quick decision making and open guys in space is going to help this offensive line. And I think all four of these guys have shown. Quint Allen celebrating a birthday today, along with Bashal back out there. And when he is going, he looks good. And we're not even counting our JJ from Arkansas, Jaquindon, because he I don't know whether he makes the team or not, but he is a big load to deal with. But they all look good. And it does afford them the luxury, if they want to move a guy, they can move a guy and have that option to carry that guy, number 38. So we'll see where it goes. But you guys jump in 641-1010. Your overall thought, if you have been able to get to practice a handful of times, and this is the last one that you guys were able to see today. It is XL Primetime, Beaver Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi. They are all ready to wow you with their great service. Beyond the sale, the great lineup of cars. You can see all of them. Brand new, pre-owned, whatever you want. Check them out on all of their lots with Beaver Automotive. We're keeping it cranking with Coach Campo. One more segment with him before we have to turn him loose.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. It's a new season.
I like where this team's headed.
A new era.
The fan base has been great.
A new hope.
We're all here to win.
Yes! This is where the dream begins. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Saturday at 7 on 1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hacker here with a cool story to share with you guys. Everybody knows I've lost a lot of weight thanks to the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. But how about this? I went into my closet a couple of days ago, pulled out a shirt from 2019, and was able to put it on for the first time in over 6 years. That's what happens when you lose over 100 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. The guidance I get from Coach Kate, I've met with her every week, every step of the way. She was encouraging me. She was guiding me. She was giving me instructions. It made the plan so simple, and the weight absolutely fell off. Look, if it's time for you to lose weight, like it was for me, do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor and call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com. They can change your life. I know this because they've changed mine. Now it's your turn. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 28, 1993, Ken Griffey Jr. became the third player to home run in 8 consecutive games. The first two, Dale Long and Don Mattingly.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, and maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
A new era of women's professional soccer has arrived. The Gainbridge Super League, redefining the game for the next generation. Sporting Jacks, the first ever pro women's team on the First Coast. Be there for history. Secure your tickets now at sportingjacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
XL Primetime, hanging out with our head coach, Dave Campo, and Big Sirs, Maddie, Joe C, JJ. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you have us on YouTube, we love it. All you got to do is stream wherever you are. Just search XL Primetime. We got the stream always running on 1010XL 92.5 FM throughout the day and into the night. All right, so let's get back to a couple things we were just talking about that Coach was bringing up that you wanted to focus in on.
I just think that since Dave worked at USC, Dave was an assistant to the head coach, Clay Helton, one of those paid analysts, consultants, whatever you want to call them. You've been around Edoga. So explain what Edoga is and what it is.
Shuma Edoga.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, I obviously know people in Dallas. So
and he was,
he was with the Cowboys before he came here. So the one thing I know about Edoga is two guys. Edoga, first of all, when I was with him at USC, he is a tough, physical guy. That's what this group is looking for. So it doesn't surprise me that he might win a job at guard. He's a guy, like I always felt, and Leon disputes this, but Leon was a guy as a right tackle that could have moved into guard. If it was early in his career, he could have played guard because he's physical and tough and mean and everything else. Well, that's Edoga. And the one thing I know from Dallas is the two guys they got from Dallas, Lewis and Edoga, they did not want to necessarily lose. They wanted those two guys to be with the club. But sometimes you have to make a decision based on money. And that's what happened. So I think I'm not surprised that Edoga might be pushing for a starting job.
And, Coach, you want guys like that on your team because they're tempo setters. You know what I'm saying? The biggest hang-up of this team last year is that they weren't physical enough up front, especially running the football. And the style of play in which Liam Cohen is bringing here, the gap running game, you've got to be physical. You've got to be tough. You're going to be required to double team and down block and pull and trap and all that kind of stuff. And if you're not physical, it'll show. It will definitely show because that kind of run game demands you to be physical. You have no choice.
Yeah, and I'm watching this gap blocking just to kind of get a better feel for it. And we'll see a little bit more against the Steelers as far as who they go up against because they have to be physical and finish. And that's where you have talked about gap blocking. We don't know right now when they have to basically pull up a second and a half or 2 seconds into a play whether they're going to be physical enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's hard when you don't necessarily go full speed.
Yeah.
You don't go full because I mean, when we practiced in my era, we went full speed on linebackers. If we caught you slipping, you just got caught slipping.
Right.
And they teach you next time to keep your head on the swing. So I mean, we knocked linebackers down. We double teamed defensive tackles so they hit the ground. We down blocked on defensive guys and tried to blow them up. That's not this day and age. So it's hard to assess how physical guys are when they're not completely finishing.
Look, I'm not typically a silver lining guy, but hang on, Edoga winning this job.
I was going to give you that just happened. If you have a silver lining,
think about this though, especially with the offensive line.
Yeah,
Edoga winning that job. Okay, if you could figure out that left tackle spot, if something can happen and he can be taught what Leon's saying, and suddenly Walker Little, the light comes on, you're solid then at the tackles, and you've got a floating guard that if for whatever reason or another Ezra Cleveland's not cutting it, you just throw Macari in there.
Yeah. Macari has proven that he is a cross trainer at multiple positions up in Baltimore. Successful. Granted, he had Lamar El Boogie behind him, who can make a lot of people look good. The Diesel, Derrick Henry running off of that.
But I mean,
can make a lot of people look
making
good.
that move, Dave, winning that job, that gives them some flexibility on the middle three.
Yeah. And like I said, a couple big plays happened, and I thought one of them was off the rear end of 65, and the other one was off the rear end of 55. That's Macari and Udoga, both of them trying to basically create those lanes. That's what right guards and right tackles generally do.
Right.
That's what you want to see, and I do think between the scheme and some of that play, if the worst scenario, I guess, is if Macari is a swing tackle and Udoga steps in. Both were free agent signings, one a little more expensive than the other, but not terribly more expensive. And you'd be okay with either. I think more than anything else, Coach, they're just saying we want guys to go win the job.
Right. And I think that's the approach. I was talking to Coach Camp today on the field, and I said, I really like the way you guys are practicing and how you're going about your business. And every time you talk to him, the first thing out of his mouth is, look, I just want to have guys that are going to play fast and physical. That's all I'm looking for. And that's all he can look for, because he might not have everybody. Like I said, the safeties may not be the perfect fit, but if they're playing hard and they're physical,
and they know where they're
that
supposed to
helps
be.
us from between what we were last year and where we're going in the future.
You said in your 5 years watching this team, last 5 years, this is the best practice you've seen.
Listen, I just love what they're doing. I'm a big fan of this group. I can tell you that right now. I mean, I'm talking about coaches.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And hopefully, that's comes off on the players, and we get that plus, in my opinion.
All right, so give us just a little slice of what happens from now before we talk to you again on Friday, leading up to that first game, just from a coaching point of view.
Well, obviously they're going to do a little bit. I don't know if they're going to go to cards. That may be on Thursday. Thursday. They may go to cards, showing a little bit of kind of a scouting report of Pittsburgh, because, you got to know at least something what they're trying to do. You've been playing against your own guys during that period of time. This may be maybe today was the last padded practice. I don't know before the game.
Yeah.
Because they had a really good 91 play scrimmage. I said this today too. I don't know another coach other than Tom Coughlin that would have had a 91 play scrimmage.
Plus, they got after it hard today.
That's been here.
They got work in today. They got after it.
And today they got in good work.
Yeah.
So they might go to, but they're going to do a little bit of scouting. Might be a 9-on-7 or whatever, against their run game or whatever for the defense. They may split up a little bit. That's what I would do leading up to Pittsburgh, and it may be Thursday. I don't know, but they're going to at least get a little bit of that. And whether they go pads tomorrow, I don't know, but today might have been the last day.
And can you remember, like, kind of how you, again, like you said, you're a little different, but just how you kind of buttoned it up in time for game time?
I mean, if we had a game on Saturday, probably Wednesday would have been our most intense day. Then walk through Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
So we're probably getting past that Tuesday or Wednesday, and then walk through all the way up to the game.
See, I think Friday will be a normal day before the game walkthrough.
Yeah, walkthrough.
It'll be, they'll throw them out there. Okay, starting kickoff team, boom, jump out there. The things that you get through all of the different
and
procedures.
That's why
that's why I'm saying that they may Thursday get the card practice and kind of go from there.
All right, Coach Campo, we appreciate it. As always, we will see you on Friday, my man.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. XL Primetime into the 1 o'clock hour conversation with Tank Bigsby coming up.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Riding home with the Jaguars play-by-play voice and the Jags beat reporter.
I don't think I want to go. What do you mean you don't want to go?
Frank Frangie and Hayes Carline are on the Frangie Show.
Prepped, pumped, ready to rock?
Afternoons on 1010XL.
And while you're at it, fill it up with gas, okay?
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barber here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barrier Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to barrierorthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barrier Orthopedics.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Rest of Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Rest of Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to restofprosneflorida.com. That's restofprosneflorida.com.
Rest of Pros! Cooking with Crisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rolling.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Ready to add some value to your day? The everyday deals at Sonny's have got you covered. Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12. All you can eat ribs for $19.99 and our new loaded barbecue potato for $11. Available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Circa Resort and Casino has two epic pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Circa Million, pick 5 games weekly against the spread for $1 million grand prize. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no spread. Last one standing wins $15 million. Enter at any Circa in Nevada, play anywhere. Sign up for either and get 50% off a 2-night stay. Helmets and Heels will be live from Circa in Vegas on August 22nd. Full contest details at circasports.com and the 1010XL homepage.
Duck Duck Rooter. We've seen it all. Whatever's blocking your pipes, we'll get it flowing again. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule your drain cleaning service. That's 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Attention golfers, Hidden Hills Golf Club is an attractive destination for golfers all over the Southeast. You too will enjoy our classic Arnold Palmer design that will test your game and keep you coming back. Book a tee time at hiddenhillsgc.com.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with all kinds of sports for kids ages 3 to 17. Fall and winter registration is open right now, like girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of co-ed programs in the Tri-County area to keep your kids active. And being part of a team creates great camaraderie and commitment. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay, sign up now for the fall and winter. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. That's i9sports.com.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. After recently contemplating expanding the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament field starting in 2026, the events will continue to have 68 teams next year. However, the NCAA Senior Vice President of Basketball said in a statement on Monday that the organization tournament committees will continue having conversations about increasing the events to 76 teams possibly beginning in 2027. Right now, 91 degrees at 102. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
1 o'clock hour is hit. It is XL Prime Time. Hopefully everybody's out there. Well, if you're out and about, you're getting the job done. That's all that matters. But it is hot out there. Hydrate, okay? I always like to employ, when you're out having a good time, beer, water, beer. But on a day like this, water, 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 okay? Water, water, water. Hydrate like son of a guns if you are out and about. That's for sure. All right, XL Prime Time. Big Leon Searcy, Hurricane Hall of Famer, Matty Hayes. Check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Joe C., JJ, as we are hanging out. Now, I want to play this one soundbite from Liam, and it kind of follows what we've been talking about as far as the offense did not have a particularly good day. Coach Campo fired up when he said he thought it was one of the best defensive practices he's ever seen from this football team, which would lend you to the idea that maybe the offense wasn't that hot. Here's Liam.
I thought you said number one.
Yeah.
Eric Armstead.
Yeah. Oh, no. Today was a bad day for the offense. At least that's what I'm seeing.
That's Trevor Lawrence.
It's one. Oh.
Which we already played.
Yeah, we already played.
Oh, okay. All right. So I apologize for that, JJ. That's me not reading the line. Well, go ahead and hit that one with Eric as far as the concern for the defensive tackle.
I mean, it's, he's a veteran who, ultimately he'll probably know how to get himself ready to go. I would hope, the key is just making sure that he's healthy and ready to go for the first game. And ultimately it's a long season, as we know. Now, not to say that early ones aren't obviously as important as late ones, but it is a long season and we're really just trying to, get him to be as healthy as possible.
You read into that when you hear it, Leon?
He's giving them a leash. He's giving him sovereignty. Is what he's giving them.
Yes.
That's what he's giving. He's giving them sovereignty. He's saying, hey, hopefully we'll have him during the week, week one. And it's important that
he's a veteran. He'll know how to get himself ready to play.
Yeah, that's
literally saying he's just skipping training camp.
He's giving them sovereignty. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And listen, I don't know how to respond to that because I've never had it. Okay. But has he earned it? I mean, based on his play in Jacksonville, absolutely not. I mean, but if he's hurt enough to where he's home and he can't come to the facilities, I mean, I tell you what, I bet you if you say, hey, listen, we're going to get rid of half of your check unless we see you, I bet you find a way to get out that bed then.
See that look, like I said, I'm
to God's ears, bro.
I'm not going to be the doubter. I'm going to be the same old guy thinking, hey, it's
Homer.
Serious. Yeah,
we say Homer.
Well, I don't know if I'm saying that. I'm just saying I haven't seen the guy carted off the field, so I don't know. And bad backs are real; they do exist, and so I don't know. That's the only reason I'm saying it.
As Johnny Osher told me this morning, my back's been hurting since I was 19.
Yeah. Well, I love how tough media guys are. I do. Johnny O, you are one tough son of a gun. I do love that. But it is so funny how we compare.
I've never had a back to the point where I couldn't make it to the facility.
Okay, I get it.
I mean, stay at home.
Yeah.
Where I'm given the luxury to stay at home.
Can you imagine TC telling
That's what I'm trying to imagine. Can you imagine TC?
Right.
Okay.
Let's just put TC in this situation right here. Could you imagine a Tom Coughlin and the Leon Searcy, and I say, Coach, my back is hurt. I can't make it to practice for 3 whole weeks.
Yeah,
bro.
It is honestly. We've only seen him. I'm trying to remember how many times we saw him. Very limited amount of time.
I can tell you where you saw him at the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, man of the year.
Yeah, man of the year.
Right?
Yeah.
Saw him there.
Yeah.
Great teammate.
Yeah.
Apparently his back was okay to hang out in the NFL draft.
Okay. Yeah. That was April versus August, but who's counting? I love the comedy.
I love getting Leon going. Leon's like so mad right now.
He gets fired up, and I totally get it. All right.
Well, he's just been completely unprofessional since he got
totally
here.
unprofessional.
Like,
yes.
The entire year and at some change that he's been here.
Not only that,
why are we giving him the benefit of the doubt?
Right, JJ. Not only that,
he doesn't deserve that.
The excuse of, well, I didn't want to play outside. Okay, so you're just not going to play?
Right.
So there's going to be times in a game where you literally don't touch one person, not even a finger on one person?
Well, the comical part was when it was announced, he announced that he was moving back inside after the season was over and when the coach was gone. Honestly, it was very comical. And it made zero sense to me.
I mean, he said it as if we ought to celebrate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good to know.
I've decided I'm going to move back inside.
Man, you could have kept that to yourself.
Yeah, it was good to know after the season was over. You had to wait 9 months to see it. But anyway, that aside, I don't know how hurt the cat is. That's what I want to find out. All right, so let's do that real quick, and then we got to line up Tank Bigsby, my conversation with him coming up.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So Jacksonville's own Treon Webb tore his hamstring, underwent a procedure Monday to repair the injury in his right leg.
If you say tore...
Well, it's not. Remember, George tells us, our doctor, there's levels of tear.
Yeah, but when you say underwent...
Yeah, he underwent a procedure.
Okay,
yeah.
So
if you're repairing a hamstring injury, you're getting cut.
It's significant.
Yes.
Because you're talking about ripping that area, which is where it's tied to the tendon to the bone, and that is significant.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, that sucks. That absolutely sucks.
I mean, Jaden Ball is a starter, but he was a quality number 2 back.
Yeah,
that would have gotten significant carries.
Great high school star here on the First Coast, that's for sure. Let's go from one running back to the conversation with the now presumed starting running back for your Jaguars. XL Primetime hanging out at Jaguars training camp talking with Tank Bigsby. Tank, you look a little worn out after this was a pretty physical practice today, was it not?
Oh, yeah, it was physical. It was tense. Coming off a day off, we just got to come out and be ready to get our mind prepared to come out and just compete at a high level.
All right, give us a sense of how this training camp has gone in your mind compared to the coaching staff last year, because it looks like there's really hardly any wasted time out there.
Yeah, coach want to get it in fast, be very detailed on what we do, come out and be sharp. We have to know our job, we have to know our technique, and we just got to come out and have fun. At the end of the day, we just got to be our best version of ourselves. So I'm just glad that we get an opportunity to come out and compete at a high level. The guys got to come out here on this grass. Like I said, today was a good one, coming off day, but we just got to keep going. It's going to get tough, but through the grace of God, we just got to keep going.
All right, I'm going to steal Big out of your last name. This is a big year for Tank Bigsby because you have an opportunity, obviously, to work your way into that starter's role. Goals that you've set in your mind during training camp.
My goals, man, I want to be the best player for this team. Best person that I can be day in and day out. I just thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to be here, man. A lot of guys to wish to be where I'm at and be where all these guys at. So whenever I get an opportunity to come out here, I give it my all because you never know when you're going to get a next snap. So I just try to give it my all every time, man, and live every day and be where my feet at. So I'm just grateful, to be honest with you. And I just thank my teammates for being the guys they are. Thank my coaches, the running backs, everybody, man, because it's just about growth on this team now.
We're talking with Tank Bigsby, and I love the word grounded, especially when you talk about the ground game and what you guys can do. This team struggled to run the football, and it looks like Liam Cohen's going to bring in a run game that you'll embrace, Travis and everybody else will embrace.
Yeah, we just got to stick with it. It's the league. The other guys get paid too, but we have to stick with it. We got to hit them in the mouth when we get it. We got to make the line look good. They have to make us look good. We got to be our team. We just got to play ball, man, at the end of the day. Everybody got an opinion on us. It really don't matter, man. All we need is the Lord's approval, and we just come out and compete at a high level, man. Be you and be the best version of yourself. So I just feel like this year, man, we just got to be us. In the running back room, at the O-line, every position, just be us and play for each other, and we'll get the results we need.
So what do you see in the run game that's a little different from last year, particularly with the gap blocking and what's happening up front?
The guys moving. They're moving up front. They're getting a good push. Coach very detailed how we do things now. So we just got to come out and play ball at the end of the day. Know our assignments, know what we got to do, and just come out and have fun.
There was a report yesterday that this team might carry four running backs. I know that you're not in charge of the roster, but can you see strengths from all four of you guys? It certainly looks that way in camp.
Yeah, I really don't know how Coach do things with that. Whenever I get my opportunity, I'm just gonna be my best self for me, my teammates, and the Lord. So I'm just coming out to be who I need to be for my guys. But at the end of the day, I don't know what they do up there. So I just come out to be my best version of myself.
Well, give me a sense of how Liam has been in terms of the excitement in this offense versus what was going on last year.
Coach very excited. You know, he loved to see the offense do well. He loved to see us grinded, knowing our things. He very detailed. Coach is a great coach. At the end of the day, we have to come out as players and do it, and we have to come out as players and compete at a high level. So we have to know our stuff and be who we are, and just come out and be us.
All right, War Eagle. Before we go, got to ask you a little bit of Auburn. Have you kept up with them? Hugh Freeze has got an important year too. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, Auburn gonna get out of it this year, man. They're gonna be great, man. I can see it. I just hope them guys just stay grounded when they do, and they're gonna have a lot of success through the grace of the Lord.
All right, Tank Bigsby, thanks, man. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen, the gap run game is going to be a benefactor to Tank, because Tank is a one hit right down the middle type of guy. He's the bowling ball.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, he's going to be the benefactor of this new style of run game. And then the way he runs the ball, hard and physical, is going to help us a lot.
All right. So we'll react to that coming up here in just a second. It's XL Primetime. Thanks for hanging out with us. The 1 o'clock hour still rolling with XLP.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big #1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.
What's happening?
Tommy Mack joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl for the new and improved Helmets and Heels.
So let me get this straight.
New attitude, new time.
What exactly is it I'm not supposed to know about?
Catch the new look Helmets and Heels afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Leon Cersei here for Mel Excel. The doctor says your testosterone is normal. Normal for who? Beta males? That's outdated thinking. Mel Excel uses optimum levels where you're 25 again. Daily dosing, multiple hormones, personalized for you. That's some insurance company spreadsheet. This is precise medicine, not sick care. Get your free test today at trymelexcel.com. Start being optimal.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Clean and Freaks at Zero Res. Great time of the year to get your house Zero Resified. And right now, you can get your entire home clean from Jacksonville's ultimate carpet cleaner. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Plus, they're throwing in a free hallway and take $100 off the air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
One man, one hammer. One place to hear it drop. Hammer Time with Hayes, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL. Driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through August 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Good times today watching the Jaguars get back on the practice fields at the Mecca, coming out of the scrimmage on Friday night, now getting ready for some Saturday night under the lights ball at Everbank Stadium. So the question was asked to Liam Cohen about how many guys he's going to play Saturday night. So we'll get to that. But first, he did jump in on Travis Hunter going back and forth and basically coming out with offensive work and then throwing a little sleeve on to move over to the defensive side of the ball. Everyone likes what they see. The NFL is abuzz talking about it. We'll see how successful he is. But he does look like he hardly ever looks like he's sagging, tired, worn out. No Fred Johnson in him, my friend, okay? But here's what Liam had to say about Travis.
We weren't playing in any 11 personnel, so he's still learning 12 personnel, other positions, so that he can continue to get in right in some of those personnel groupings. Because he plays the F in 11, to go and play the Z in 12 is just, it's just another added learning curve that we need to continue to work on. But I think he'll say he was a little bit more tired than he usually gets. But I thought he, still showed up, made some plays across the middle as he's kind of continued to do. And it's just good to get into that, habit. As we mentioned, we wanted to get to this point of post-scrimmage, just starting to let him roll in between racks to get him some extra work.
Is this going to be the new normal?
Very similar. It might not be every single day, but I would say it would probably be a little bit more normal than not.
I mean, his ability to play both sides. I mean, being the wide receiver, knowing what defense they're playing, and you can manipulate the defense by your route run, and then being a DB, watching the alignment of the wide receiver can kind of tell what kind of. I mean, so it's fascinating that he's able to switch on and switch off at your wide receiver in the DB position. That's it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I can't wait.
He did say he got taxed just a little bit today, which is what you want.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it in the NFL. It's different in college ball because, again, he's so athletic. He can make up for so many mistakes with his athleticism. That's not happening in the NFL. So he's got to be on point every play.
Yeah.
Like there's no plays off in the NFL.
Right.
None.
Greatest athletes, extremely physical, hits, change everything. When you start getting knocked around,
you got to learn how to get down too.
I believe Mike Tyson had a quote about that.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
It's not just like as a corner, like run support. It's like he can get run into and he's not even looking.
Yeah.
And get knocked hard.
And like we said, the rules are much better for the receivers than they are for the DBs.
100%.
But it doesn't mean that someone won't try and wreck shop him one time across the middle.
Yeah.
But at the very least, you're going to get fined heavily if you do it. If you try and take somebody's head off and they can't, they're what's the rule when they do the flag? unprotected or whatever, however they phrase it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically that, but hitting a defenseless. There you go, hitting a defenseless guy. And so we'll see what happens with that. All right, one more from Liam, just on how many guys, starters-wise, do you think will be playing Saturday night?
Not yet. We're still working through it. We wanted to kind of get through these next 2 padded days to evaluate, see where we're at as a group before making that decision. We've obviously had conversations as a staff and with Tony and James as well. But we're going to let these 2 days play out, see what it looks like, and make a decision from there.
Well, he's essentially saying who's putting in good work and who needs more work.
Yep.
So these next 2 days are going to be, if you're putting in good work, more than likely, you probably won't see that much time on Saturday.
And does this make sense when I say this, sirs? They can have more good plays stitched together in practice with pads against themselves, granted, as opposed to only a few plays against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense?
But to be honest with you, if I was in that situation where I was playing as a starter, and I've been going against my teammates all freaking last couple of weeks, I want a piece of the Steelers. I want a little piece of it. I don't care if it's a second team guy or whatever. I mean, the whole fact that it's going to be a game played inside the building.
Yeah.
I want to have that.
I also, there's a couple takeaways from there. I love the fact that they're still in pads tomorrow. I love that.
Yeah.
And they got good work in today. My guess is they're going to get after it again tomorrow. And then they'll go light on Thursday. Or even if anything, they'll go light on Thursday. They'll probably do like shells, if anything. And then Friday's your game. But the second thing is
Saturday,
sorry. The second thing is, and this to me kind of stood out, where Liam said, yeah, we're going to go over that with James and Tony. And Tony.
Oh, yeah.
So I know Big Bo likes to downplay his impact. He's got a lot more impact on that roster than people think, I believe.
Yeah, and probably the pulse and pace of the player is what they're leaning in on him on.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Yeah, they probably asked Tony, you said the defense dominated the offense today. Tony's like, hey, give the offense a chance to get back. I'm just telling you, I listen, we were always asked for those days when the defense think they got the best of it. Yeah, give us another day, we'll get them back.
All right, one more from Liam, just on the fact that there were 3, if they wanted to wear their hardware, 3 Super Bowl winning head coaching rings were out there today. A pair from TC, one from Johnny Gruden. And so the question was asked to Liam about having Coach John Gruden and Tom Coughlin at practice.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, those guys shoot Coach Coughlin. I grew up, a Patriots fan, so broke my heart a few times. And, Victor Cruz being my college roommate, obviously very close with Coach Coughlin, and he's been such a support for me since I've been able to have the opportunity to take this job and live here. And then Coach Gruden and I were neighbors in Tampa, so we lived in the same neighborhood. And so that was great. I actually ran into him a few times last year in Tampa, and right before I actually got hired here, I ran into him, and we were having a conversation about that. So it's great to have him here. We're talking some ball. I mean, there is a lot of the evolution of our offense comes from him in so many ways, right? When Sean was with him in Tampa, Sean was in Washington with his brother, and there's a lot of similarities. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Liam, be careful now. Tom might take your whistle. You know what I'm saying? Because Coach Coughlin, he gets out there, he gets intense with it, man. He's watching everything, he sees it, just like in the old school days, right? So, when you got that kind of wisdom out there with Gruden and TC, you just got to be a sponge.
Yeah.
Just imagine all the information and knowledge they have that they can equip you with this season.
And we talk about how great the roster was when you guys had it rolling in 99. You add up what Gruden had in Tampa. Brad Johnson was an operator, but there were so many other good things on that football team, particularly on the defensive side when you look at it. And then who was it? Who was it? Dexter that made the 2 plays on defense in that Super Bowl against the Raiders. Yeah. They were loaded. Mm-hmm. And these guys got great intel. It's fun to hear from him. And like Coach Campbell was saying earlier, that Gruden was over there chopping it up with Liam Cohen and kind of getting, hey, think about this. And I don't know if he's giving him all sorts of instruction, but that's what that coaching fraternity is all about. And you can just see those guys enjoy that.
Yeah, they're sharing information.
Yeah.
It's the same way when it comes to players. I mean, we do the same thing, interactive. I mean, me and T-Mac out there, T-Mac seeing stuff, and he's watching the linebackers, and he's telling Big Sirs he should be this at this depth or this, and we're constantly students of the game. Like when I watch the offensive line, I can tell you if he had a bad set, missed it. Coaches do the same thing. They interact with each other, share information.
Yeah. All right. So I need to do this now with Coach Campo. He's probably driving home right now listening, but in a couple of Tuesdays. Okay, today is the 5th.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, the 12th. Following Tuesday is the 19th. We are down to the last couple of weeks with our head coach, Dave Campo. And so
you're going to get him crying on the way home.
I know. I don't want to. I love you, man. But Tuesday, the 19th, we're going to be at the Hodges Ale House, right there at Beach and Hodges. And we want you guys to make plans. So just put it in your head. 2 weeks from today, Tuesday, we want you to come out. Noon to 2, come out, just be able to say hello, shake his hand, whatever it might be. Talk a little ball. But just think about that not next Tuesday, but the following, which is the 19th, Ale House at Beach and Hodges, noon to 2. We would love for you guys to hang out. I know Coach will hang out a little bit.
That's going to be badass.
Yeah. And look, he's been so many
going
things.
away party.
Yeah. And you know, we're going to miss the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and we know that he's going for family and he's going back to Dallas, and that's a place he's going to be welcomed with open arms. But we gotta send him off right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's the big D send off. Okay. So just remember that 2 weeks from today, the 19th, and we'll keep reminding you, but hopefully you guys will be able to come out and say thanks to Coach Campo. That's for sure. Love it. All right, so let's get into a couple of other things, guys, before we are done. We got to work some college football in, a couple of pieces of practice notes that are worth getting into. Matt, repeat real quick what you said earlier about Trayon Webb, which is just a terrible piece of news.
Yeah, Trayon, you know, obviously a local kid, number 2 running back for the Gators. Would have had significant time this year. He's going to now miss significant time with a hamstring injury. He had surgery on Monday to repair a hamstring injury.
Yeah. So feel for him, that's for sure. But let's throw a little college football at you coming up here in just a second. It's XL Primetime. We say thanks to Beaver, Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi. They are all over the First Coast. You got the brand new Toyota dealership at I-95 and State Road 207 right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. The old Toyota store now Mitsubishi. And my man Cam and the rest of the crew ready to take care of you. All sorts of great deals. So make sure you check them out there. And, of course, Brett and the Beaver Boys right there on Phillips Highway with Beaver Chevrolet. Thanks to all of them for bringing you our Tuesday of XL Primetime. We're going to talk college football coming up next. You guys hit the text line 641-1010. What you jonesing for in the college football world?
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacressporting.com.
Ready to ride the waves? Best Bet St. Augustine is turning up the heat with our Summer Splash promotion. We're giving away over $40,000 in cash and prizes, including a brand new 2025 Yamaha Wave Runner. From now through August 8th, every hour you play poker or table games earns you an entry to win. It all leads up to the grand prize drawing on August 9th. The more you play, the more chances you have. Don't miss your shot to make a splash this summer. Visit bestbetjacks.com for all the details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatersparking.com and book your space today.
I'm Frank Franzi. I told you my daughter Amber has tried Awaken 180. Man, has it worked. You ready for this? After 3 weeks and change, she's lost 22.5 pounds. You should give it a try. 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
I'll be honest with you, it is because of Beards that I felt so confident getting down on one knee because I knew she would love the ring.
Jacksonville native Dr. Arian Afshari talking about the engagement ring he got from Beards Diamonds.
I spent everything I had on that ring, so I really wanted it to be an awesome ring.
Dr. Afshari loved the fact that at Beards, nobody's on commission. In fact, they even showed him how he could get the look he wanted and spend less than he budgeted.
There was a bigger diamond and a nicer diamond that I was looking at, and they actually steered me away from that to make sure I wouldn't feel stressed out or financially burdened when I walked out of there, which was really nice.
And he loves the fact that Beards is locally owned for over 4 decades, a refreshing alternative to those big box corporate jewelers.
You've got the experts there to talk to you. I don't think you get that from anywhere else in the town center. You're just a number when you walk into a big box store.
Local owners, no middleman prices, massive selection, and a commitment to quality. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to I-9 Sports with fall and winter registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the college football playoff.
Oh, can't wait. We will be playing some college ball. Week 0 will be here before you know it in the official beer of the CFP. And
26 days, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Canes.
Yeah.
Notre Dame. I got my calendar. It's counting it down.
Like a kid when you have those like calendars by your bed for Christmas and you unhook one every day, you unhook another one.
Bro, listen.
Just drawing a line.
I was drafted by the Steelers. I played for the Jaguars, but my team is the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn right.
Through and through. All right.
You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
As Matt, USA Today, they came out with the coaches poll. It's the preseason. We basically said yesterday that this has brand awareness written all over it, which is fine. But for what it's worth, 8 of the top 11 in the preseason top 25 were in the college football playoff last year.
Yeah.
So that tells you
Prisoner of the moment.
Exactly. It tells you everything you need
coaches.
to know. And so
coaches,
who are the teams that did not make it in that were at the top last year? Well, that's also brand awareness as well. Alabama, LSU, Miami. Okay, that's brand awareness in a lot of ways as well. But they're looking to see which of these might be able to step up and surprise. Miami's getting some love, and it's well-deserved because of what they did pretty much, 7/8 of the season, Serge? Would you say?
Pretty much,
9/10 of the season?
9-0, 1-3. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, however you want to describe it. But they are getting the respect that they deserve, and the schedule, at the very least, it does set up. They meet some mammoth tests early, but they got a chance, obviously.
Well, I mean, it's top heavy and it's bottom heavy in my assessment. Specifically, a way that they perform down the stretch, and they got their last 2 games on the road against Virginia Tech and Pitt in the cold, so that's not going to be good. And then they got Notre Dame and they got Florida to jumpstart their season. So, and listen, SMU is going to be tough as well, but I'm just saying, I know everything I need to know about the Miami Hurricanes in the first 4 games. Mm-hmm. Because if they can win those 4 games and got a little stride to them, then we could talk ACC, then we could talk playoffs and all that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, you said Notre Dame and Florida jumpstart their season.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame and Florida is their season.
Yeah.
They win those 2 games, and they've got – put it this way, they win those 2 games and they don't get to the playoff, you might have a problem.
I agree. Then it's on Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go 4-0 and then find a way not to make the playoffs.
Well, yeah, if you win the marquee games against what would be considered two of your tougher tests, granted, both of them are down there.
Yeah.
The 2 toughest tests.
Yeah.
Bro, when you got 6 out of the 8 games at home, you better win them.
Yeah. The schedule sets up beautifully. Yeah. And you got to handle
it. Always does, though.
Yeah.
I mean, those games at the end of the season.
Honest point JJ's made.
Virginia Tech on the road, Pittsburgh, like those are games they lose all the time.
Yeah. And
those are also games where they just have better players. They should win those games.
Right. Those are the inexplicable losses.
Yes.
Those are the no defense losses. And every team, generally speaking, has to suffer through one of them.
Yeah.
Except for the elite. But yeah, the I have no explanation. How the hell did this just happen? Type of loss is terrible.
And you know, Mario's my guy. We played together, won national championships together. But down the stretch, you can't. Georgia Tech ran 4 plays and we couldn't stop it. Okay, and then you're up 21-0 against Syracuse on the road and you lose the game. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely cannot do that.
Yeah, and that's why there was a coordinator change on.
Well, that's Lance Guidry, so let's
see.
Let's see, yeah.
All right, so
let's not talk about him.
All right, so a couple of other ones that we need to throw out there, and we'll do a Here Comes the Judge tomorrow where we start talking about who's overrated, who's underrated coming out of the preseason poll. But in your opinion, Matt, how much can Bryce Underwood, the play that he at the very least represents for the Maize and Blue, change everything fortunes-wise for Michigan? They were a team that they just didn't accomplish what most expected them when they came back in defense of their national title.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that's a mega recruit, a guy that originally committed to LSU, and then Dave Portner got involved and said, I'd start throwing millions at this guy if you guys really want him. How's he not going to Michigan?
Yeah.
He's from the state of Michigan, so how is that not happening?
One of the greatest polls, Portnoy and Oracle, just basically, hey, if I put in $3 million, you put in $5 million. You think we can get this done? Unbelievable.
And they got it done.
They got it done.
He's an uber talented guy, and Stromore at Big Ten Media Days was saying over and over, like, he's not our starter. Yeah. Nothing's going to be given to him. The competition's wide open. We all know what the reality of that is. But I will say this. We're going to find out quickly. Week 2 at Oklahoma. Not only that, week 4 at Nebraska. That's not going to be an easy game either.
No.
They've got some difficult games. They got to go play at USC. That's not an easy game. They get Ohio State at home. They got to play the other rivalry game at Michigan State. Michigan State's going to be a lot better this year.
Yeah. Oh, Sparty.
Yeah.
You give them a little love.
Yeah, they'll be a lot better this year. Year 2
and
on
the reason
Smith.
why, real quick?
Aiden Childs.
Yeah.
Will be a different quarterback this year. You got the guy that's first-time starter last year. He had ups and downs. He's a crazy talented guy.
Yeah.
So they'll be better. They'll be better with pieces around him. So that's not going to be an easy game either for Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be fun. He's clearly a uber talented guy along the lines of the DJ Lagway, Arch Manning. The guys that can come right in and play, and you're like, oh, okay, now I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the second half of last season, you saw it with DJ Lagway. It was very clear what kind of player he was.
And I maintain this, and I believed it then. I still believe it. That's who you recruit off of. Mm-hmm. That's who players want to play around and be a part of the movement. You got to play those guys. You can't sit their behinds on the bench. Texas had the luxury of doing that with Arch because things were rolling. But if it ain't rolling, you got to play that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You got it. And think about this. How many guys, you talk about Arch staying, how many guys stayed because they knew Arch was going to be the quarterback, the next quarterback in line?
True, too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that speaks volumes to what you got in play, because if you know Arch is moving along, and if you're a receiver or you're a running back or even offensive lineman, you say, listen, this guy's going to stay. He's going to be starting. I'm going to stay. So Arch has that kind of pull.
Yeah. Was that Brother Bees that was?
That was Bees.
Walking down the hall?
Yes.
I got some stuff for him. Is he open? He started practice.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he started practice AUG 1, right? I think.
Yes, I think he did. Yeah.
All right. I got something for him. Mm-hmm. He's moving up and down the hallway. That means he's probably popping on a show here.
He's probably popping on the show.
All right. I'm gonna find out what's going on with him. Now his club, we're trying to figure out what's going on with them up there. When you think about some of the underrated teams that came out of the preseason ranking, who you got popping in your head right now?
It's funny because Rich Rod was asked earlier this week, how does he know when his team's as tough as he needs them to be? He said, when I stop yelling at him.
So that means they're doing things right.
This is what I love about Rich. He's in round
Talking West
2.
Virginia.
Yeah, he's in round 2 of West Virginia, and he don't care.
Well,
he absolutely does not care. He's gonna, he's now got to the mountain of Michigan. He fell all the way down, okay, and on the way down went to Arizona, but fell all the way down to like nothing.
Yeah, fell all the way down to where? Jack State or whatever.
Yeah, he started back up at Jack State, right?
Yeah.
And now he's back at West Virginia, and he's going to coach how he wants to coach, and he don't care what anybody thinks, and that's what I love about that. So, and that's what kind of makes me think that West Virginia, if they have that NIL money, they say they can find, they're going to be dangerous in a couple years because he will have them. He's a good coach.
Well,
he will find a quarterback.
Mountaineer man, who, by the way, round of applause, B-Hop just celebrated the birth of a brand new baby.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes. And so I don't know whether that's going to take the college fund's going to take away his Mountaineer money as far as donating to the rich.
It's $9.99 a month, like you give to the
exactly
Florida Collective.
Yeah. Listen. I feel like it's paying off now. In the beginning, I was highly concerned, but now I think my $9.99 is really starting to pay off. We'll see where it goes. But if I hear these stories about a lot of booster contributions that they didn't have before, like Duke in Louisville and some of these places with $100 million backers, apparently, over 10-year periods that they're promising and pledging. That's nuts. So we'll see where it goes. All right, a little more college we will do before we are done. You get to keep it right here all day long. Jaguar ball, college ball, everything you want in the world of sports. It's on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care, totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through August 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Experience the Jacksonville Rock Orchestra as they bring to life the legendary sound of Journey.
We took the midnight train going anywhere.
Feel the power of Faithfully. Rock out to Wheel in the Sky and sing every word of Don't Stop Believing. Friday, August 8th at the historic Florida Theater. One epic night of the Jacksonville Rock Orchestra featuring Journey. Get your tickets at floridatheater.com.
Got a leak or a clog? Or are old galvanized pipes causing low water pressure? At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we don't just fix plumbing issues. We solve them for good. And unlike other plumbers in the area, Superior Plumbing and Pipelining will never charge you to diagnose a problem. From simple plumbing repairs to trenchless pipelining, our estimates are free. And we can reline your cast iron pipes without making a mess of your yard. You have many choices for plumbing work. Make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Hal Sutton when he famously said, "Be the right club today"? Well, that's what Coil Fencing delivers. The right fence today. And they've been delivering the right fencing for both commercial and residential properties for nearly 100 years. If you're in the market for a new fence, call Coil & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is that we got a preseason game come Saturday, fellas. The intensity and practice should be elevated. The attention to detail, the film, the study, your craft, all that kind of stuff is in works. And it's important. I know it. Listen, when I was a seasoned vet, I hated preseason because I always wanted to get to the season. But it was always important for those younger guys.
Right.
So you could be on the sideline. You could coach them, what they did right, what they did wrong. So that's very important. I always root for the underdogs. This is where they make the team in these type of games. So although we may laugh at it, say, hell, preseason, for those kids that are in the back end of the rounds and undrafted free agents, this is their American Idol. They have got to go perform, and I wish them well and stay healthy.
Yep, I agree with that. My takeaway is good day of practice. Good day of practice. Like, if you're the fans, this is your last day you can watch them. They got a nice treat. They got after it. They got after it. Trevor did not play that well, but that's fine. I wouldn't panic about that. The offense just wasn't the timing wasn't there, I think. But the defense looked good. Coverage looked really good. Again, we're all in wait and see mode. You just have to be.
Yes.
And I don't know that you're going to learn much from Saturday's game. The reality is you're probably going to learn a hell of a lot about this team season opening against the Panthers.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't automatically just think, oh yeah, that's a dub, because it's not.
No,
that's not a dub given. I'll tell you that right now. It's not.
I don't want to mail it in right away. Okay, I'm a firm believer this team is better than Carolina roster wise, but I don't know. I don't know
either.
Yeah,
that's a great question. I don't know either.
And they have their receiving core. They've added pieces. They've developed pieces. Towards the end of last year, Bryce Young started making more plays.
Yeah.
And so Dave Canales, maybe from an offensive playbook point of view, after sitting Bryce down, got him back, got him confident again, that type of stuff. This pass rush better be there that Sunday afternoon against Bryce Young.
You better believe that.
Yeah,
man.
because he is a gifted passer. If you give him time to move, he can deliver the football. And so we'll just see. That pass rush has got to be there. And then, of course, the Derek Browns of the world, the interior guys that are taking care of business for Carolina, this offensive line's got to be able to deal with them. That's for sure. All right, just a couple of takeaways that Josh Cephas is really having a good camp, and he's got a chance to make this roster, not just be a practice squad guy, make the roster. He and Parker Washington are battling nicely. Washington made a couple of nice plays today, but then also had a drop. And so both of those guys, it's like what I'm seeing from them because you know who the first three are, and then Parker, I think most people would say, is your four. Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
He's still being looked at in the punt return game and stuff like that. So I wouldn't argue anybody on that point. But Cephas is kicking tail right now. My man, training camp Trammell, makes a nice catch and then immediately gets the ball popped out. You can't do that. Those are the things that are going to hurt guys like that. So we'll see where it goes. All right.
He's a tough little rugger, though.
He is, man.
Tell you what.
Yeah. I look at him, I'm like, damn, I could have made a squad. I could have been a contender.
Gives you hope,
because,
bro. It gave you hope.
Because he is not a big cat.
I will say this. Cephas, I think, has to make some bad plays
to not make
practice to not make the team.
Because
I think he's on the team.
And would you agree? Long, fast, athletic, really starting to challenge and contest balls. All right. And then, there's a couple of other guys. I did write down one that 58 and 98 almost killed Nicky. Okay. Nick Mullins almost did not. He had to just basically drop to the ground because they almost killed him. And so that line of protection at times is not where it should be with that second line. All right.
Real quick, before you go any further, I'm a little iffy about backup QB, by the way. You feel good about it or no?
No.
I don't think any team in the NFL.
Yeah, some are. Some are, JJ. Yeah. I'm a little iffy about this, man.
Well, I'll say this to you right now. There are bigger things to worry about.
No, I know there are. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, what about the starting quarterback?
Right, of course. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's just...
Nicky Mullins, when pressed into duty, before they get tape on him, he can just throw it all over the lot. But no, you should be worried about backups on the offensive line, backups on the defensive line, backup at quarterback. A lot of them.
Worrying about Trevor throwing behind receivers today.
Yeah, secondary, you definitely have some depth there. Wide receiver, I think you got a decent group. Running backs, you definitely have options. But there are other ones that, you should be concerned. All right, real quick, this is a non-football takeaway from JJ.
Yes, happy anniversary to Blake and JJ LaSelva.
Nice.
Number 2 with many, 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 many more to follow. The power couple of Jacksonville, people are saying. But I love you, baby, and I can't wait for year number 3. It's been amazing.
I do love how you love her, man. That's awesome. Good for you.
It is. And by the way, did 2 years not fly by, bro?
The second year really did.
Yes.
We were talking about that yesterday. Like, damn. The first one was, it was long.
Yeah.
But the second year, it was like, dang, baby, we're doing this.
Yeah.
We're going to do
Where
this.
did it go?
Yeah.
Where are your plans, bro?
We're going to dinner tonight to our spot, Selling Media, and it's
very good.
The wine and drinks and espresso martinis, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
A little fire afterwards. Yeah,
I might be coming in a little groggy tomorrow.
Yep. The espresso martini is like the biggest hit, the biggest late.
They are so good.
Yeah,
She got me turned on to those a couple years ago. I love them.
Yeah,
a nice after dinner treat.
Yeah, and it's funny because it just all of a sudden just shot up like a rocket.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere, and now they're here to stay.
Those things that goes quick, man. Quick. That gets you.
Yeah.
Those espresso
Well, if
martinis.
you're not careful, if you're a lightweight like you, Matt.
Yes, of
anything
course.
can,
Yes, of course.
Well, yeah, he's a managed partier. This guy, he knows what's up.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing. But yeah, I'm thinking the espresso, the pomegranate, a handful of those that just I love them. Yeah,
that's like that, man.
Yeah, oh yeah. And did you go downtown, JJ, to the Teeny Martini when you were in the
I have been there, but it's been a while. There's always a line outside.
I refuse to wait.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It'll be like February. It's like 12 degrees outside, I feel like. And there's, 40 people in line.
It's insane. I'd rather go to Sunset, let Kenny the bartender take care of me. He definitely will take care of me every single time. That's for sure. All right, so tomorrow we are going to see a little bit more, we hope, padded practice, Big Sirs, and then just kind of see where it goes from there, and then they'll tamp it down a little bit, maybe not as much work on Thursday when it comes time to getting ready for the Steelers on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
I like that they're ramping it up again tomorrow.
Yeah. Knock some heads, man. This is the last couple of times. Once the pads go off, it takes you don't see them again.
Yeah.
It takes them a long, long time. All right, let's get ready for heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnet. Nimnet Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnet Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I think when I say helmets and heels, I see Tommy Mack.
Yeah, you
When I
have to
see
say
heels
the
and helmets,
helmet
I see Taylor.
Totally.
All right, what's coming up, Taylor?
Yeah, we'll get into a lot of the Jag stuff. Camp today, what we saw out of practice, the depth chart, some of the things maybe we took out of that depth chart. It did drop during our show yesterday, so we did chat a little bit about that. Aaron Beasley joining us today, so we'll get a lot of stuff between him and Tommy. Some of the competitions we think are still going on, intriguing. Get Bees' thoughts on some of that stuff. So lots and lots of Jags today.
All right, I have a prize for Brother Bees that I will bring in when he gets rolling on helmets and heels. All right,
Prize.
thank you.
Okay.
That sounds good. Thank you, TD. All right, so we are done. Taylor Dahl, Lauren Brooks, Tommy McManus, and they said Aaron Beasley popping in as well. Thanks to Beaver Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi, all three dealerships ready to take care of you. So make sure you drop on by there to wow you. We are done. Big Sirs, Maddie, Josie, and JJ. Helmets and heels coming up.